So let's say we are making flour for cooking, for the main flour company, and we only get. Your company links the bridge between the farmer and the producer.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
I see. All right. So now, what actions have you guys taken against this, in order to make it even a smoother transition and to really tighten everything together to even build on your recorded farmers and producers?
Well, okay. Initially, when we started, we were only sending potential buyers contacts to the farmers, but we realized that most of the farmers were not businessmen.
What were they?
They were predominantly farmers.
Just mainly farmers.
Yes, they grow, they keep some to feed themselves for food security, and what is left over, they sell. And for them to be able to take opportunity, take a car, come to the city, sit with a buyer, agree on terms, sign contract, go back. These farmers were not, majority are not in the position to do it.
Yeah.
So what we did was look for young people who are ready to work, and then ask them, look, if you were able to get this quantity from these farmers, this is X percentage you can get from the produce that can be sent
from that.
Exactly. So it started building young people in communities that would have moved to the cities to look for work now want to stay
in where they are.
Exactly, because the business is there.
Yeah.
And these ones are, they're young, they are tech savvy. These days,
true.
Smartphones doesn't cost them much.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, they have gone down price, so almost anybody can have them.
Exactly.
So this was in Ghana.
In about, we're doing this in about 8 African countries, but you find our product, at least 19 African countries, you find our product being used.
We don't need to go dark.
Yes.
No problem. So it's used in Ghana, are there any other country apart from Ghana where using the exact same format?
Yeah.
Here in Kenya?
No, Kenya. So this week we actually did a press rally to be able to launch ourselves into the market and let the people know we are here to bring in efficiency in the system and to help the farmers. And ICT is big. There are so many things that we can do. Okay, for instance, in Rwanda and Ghana, we partner with the government and they are using our software to track subsidized fertilizer.
This is in Uganda right now?
Rwanda and Ghana.
Oh wow.
And in Burkina, we provide every agro dealer that exists that actually sells chemicals, fertilizer, or any input.
Wow.
Profile.
And they're all going through this similar system?
Through the system. So when fertilizer comes into the country, it is recorded. Now, we can tell for this fertilizer which farmer bought it.
And so you can tell them which fertilizer is in the country at that time. And which farmer is going to buy it.
At any time, I can tell you the quantity of fertilizers in the market.
In the market, that particular.
How many has been bought? Which farmers bought them? Which crops are the farmers growing? What is the size of their lines? This is business information that really helps, improves them. Private sector can now look at it and say, wow, okay, I want to do flour because there's a big opportunity for flour, for ugali.
Exactly.
I know Kenyans love ugali.
Oh yes, we do.
Okay, so then they can now look at it and say, I want to buy it from this side because from here.
Even there's a rise in that sector.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we provide market prices, so they can actually look at it and say, oh, in the northern sector, the price of the
maize fertilizers
had gone down. But if you look at it, if I buy from there, cost of transportation, breaking it, if I add it up, would this still be cheaper if I bought it
from where you are?
Where I am or closer. So these are the things we try to provide the private sector.
So now you basically do that to make all that whole process easier. So they're under one roof. Bridging the two.
Bridging the two under one roof.
That's amazing.
And we also provide software to manage warehouses, so that we see warehouses as a marketplace where farmers can actually go there and either sell their produce or deposit there and wait for the price to appreciate and then sell it.
And then sell it from there.
And what we doing in other countries is to provide these warehouse agents with phones so that they record every transaction that takes place within that warehouse.
With their phone.
Exactly.
As simple as that.
Exactly. So now buyers, big buyers, large volume buyers cannot sit behind a computer and see in this location there are 4 warehouses and this warehouse is the quantity of fertilizers that exists in it. And it's so nice, and anytime we start in every district and every region, any country, within a short time, we get people who are very interested
in coming on board.
Coming on board. There's only one problem. When that happens, then it creates shortages. Currently, we have in
How
Ghana.
would it create shortages?
That's the example I was trying to give. We signed up with one of the biggest supermarket chains in Ghana. They gave us an order about $12,000 of vegetables a week.
That's how much they want, basically.
Yes, that's the contract they signed with us.
And you're supposed to not get those from the farmer.
We've not been able to even to get 10% of that order. So now we are developing farmers who would grow purposely to supply
that. So you're even creating the demand as well.
You need to create the demand first.
Wow.
Because when you have the order, everybody will toe your line.
Exactly.
Because they are interested in the order.
Exactly.
And then you can now streamline how it should be done, the business processes, and make sure that people do the right things at the right time.
That's really interesting. So now how are you going to implement all this in Kenya? What plans are you looking at to combat this and also execute it here?
So already we've had clients here, but these are major players, big clients who would, the kind of business we have with them does not translate back to the farmers. But our focus is on the farmers. So what 2013 we got the grant from AGRA to be able to help use our software to help these farmers. So this year, within the next 6 months, we intend to establish an office here.
Oh, wow.
And then recruit people who are in the rural areas.
Farmers.
Look for young people, not farmers per se. Young people.
That's the youth.
The youth who are, you might have a great background, which is a plus. But then young people who are ready to work, who have the vision, they are willing to do what it takes to be able to get employment, and they employ themselves. They can organize farmers so that they become the anchor within their community.
Exactly. So it grows there as well.
Exactly. So they stay there, and you'll be surprised when we started this 2 years ago. We did a pilot in my country, and when we started this, the first few people, we took 10 of them, one in each region, and I can tell you 8 of them have become very successful businesses and now employing multiple people who are going around aggregating for them.
Is that so? Yes. And that happened and you tested it, and that was you personally in that project?
Yes, and it's fantastic. It doesn't take much. People need the produce. You have estate houses here in Kenya. Can you imagine if a young man took his phone and goes to house and said, look, I can get produce directly over to you.
Over to your place.
Now, you'll be surprised. He will take the order individually. But when you put the order together, it's a huge order.
Yeah.
It's a huge order. So you just bring the product from the farm straight to you, put it in a truck, and then you just move from house to house and drop it. That is business. You started.
And that's the same path you're looking at to start off over here.
Yes, we're looking at, our focus is on the young people.
The youth,
because
right?
They are the future.
Great.
If we were to focus on somebody who's 50 years, but in the next 5-10 years, he's too old to be doing some of the rigorous work you need. Yes, you need people with experience, but then you need people who are
ready to also go
and do this thing.
Now, I've seen your display. Is this something you're going to show us today?
Yes, so I was going to show you. Okay, so these are some of the areas that we were working with. This is basically an M&E platform that actually tracks some of the areas that we are having projects. We work with institutions that are working with different people within the market. And you can see, depending on the color you see there, that tells you whether he's doing
there's a key on it.
Yes, or whether they are doing vegetables, whether they are doing milk, dairies, and all that. So this it clearly shows that sub-Saharan Africa we're trying to cover.
Yeah, because I can see that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is a representation of the farmers in this particular regions?
Yeah, these are people who have taken, as it were, their products and said, oh, look, we've identified a whole value chain, okay? And this value chain we're going to supply, and this is the off-taker. So what happens is before the start of the season, they must know the demand.
Yeah.
What do you want? What's the quantity you want us to produce for you? But based on that quantity, you now need to know your farmers and say, look, we have an order of 20,000 metric tons. I alone cannot do it. You alone cannot do it. You form an association, you form a group.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then
like a board.
You work together. We get you an extension service person who will be giving you advice. Now, what we've also done is, depending on the crop, we have actually modeled extension service message each individual crop. So the moment you put the seed in the ground and you tell us that you put it in today, we know exactly what you must do almost every day
in order for it to actually
for you to get the maximum out of it.
Out of that one seed.
Out of that one seed.
Wow.
So what happens is it's automated. So once the messages are in voice, local languages. So for instance, in Kenya, it's going to be in Swahili. So the farmer is going to receive a call, and based on the call, there's a signature to know that this is coming from his extension officer, and he's telling me exactly what is going to happen within the next few days. So if he's supposed to be apply fertilizer, he gets a call and says, look, in 3 days time, in a week's time, you should be applying fertilizer because it's been 2 weeks since.
Wow, even like a reminder?
Yes, exactly.
Is that so?
And then tells you how you should go about it.
Wow. So they're telling you the process in which you should do in order to get the maximum yield on that particular crop.
Exactly.
So it goes a step ahead of building that relationship, even with the producers of these goods as well.
Because in my country, we had the problem or we still have it, where one extension officer to about 1,000 or 2,000 farmers. He can't visit all of them. So, but using ICT, he can put all of them in different groups and say that you are doing maize. Okay, so I'm attaching you to this service. So at specific times, these farmers receive the messages from their extension officer, because what we do is we let the extension officer do the recording.
Yes.
So when the call comes, I know it's you.
You know, it's like a simultaneous type of thing, isn't it?
Yes. So
see.
now they can now take care of 1,000 farmers at a go.
Wow, they can do up to even 1,000 farmers.
Even a million.
Just through that one communication.
Yes, because once you just assign that 1,000 to that particular extension service, what it means at the end or at the start of every crop production, they receive the messages.
So update, do this,
automated.
Maybe put fertilizer now, stuff like that.
Exactly, and they all receive the message at the same time.
All at the same time. So everybody's up to date, and even the crop is also growing at the same time.
Exactly.
So when the demand arises, everybody's ready.
Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy.
So these are with the ramps in the dots. Is this where you're located right now?
Yes. So currently, these are the areas where some of these are taking place, where you need to find people who are serious. Even though we have millions of farmers, not all of them are serious to do it as a business. So even when we do the groups, those who do not fulfill their part of the contract, they are taken out.
Oh, is that so?
We take you out.
It's even strict, so you can't be playing around if you're not serious.
We take you out. If there's any cost, the rest of the members bear the cost, but you don't come back in.
And you're out for good.
Well, unless you can,
very good.
The members see that you have changed and you are willing to pay back what they lost the other time.
Or because everybody automatically can be affected by it.
Just one person, because if you're supposed to provide me 20,000 tons of maize, okay, and each one is doing 1,000, 20 of us, and then you provide, sometimes you do only 500, and you start to sell the 500 to somebody else, because maybe it's giving you, you think, a much higher
amount.
That person is not going to be coming continuously every time. So it means that the rest of the team have to cover up the remaining 500.
That you did not manage to do.
So when you do that, then we'll take you out. Let's bring somebody else who is serious.
Yes, exactly.
Because we can't allow this. This is a standard order. And when these corporations give you an order, it's for life.
It's for life.
If you can produce and sell, it's for life. And it's a guaranteed order. So what it means is that you can even go to the banks for loans. But if you sell to petty traders and all that, you can't use a petty trader's goodwill and go to the bank and say, give me, because a petty trader is coming to buy my produce.
No, you can't.
No.
Wow. Okay, so I've seen that you usually spread right around.
Yeah. So for the sake of time, I'll just take you through some of the products we've developed. Now, what interests me a lot has to do with the weather. This we did it with NASA from the US government.
NASA in the States?
In the States.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So for many years, they've been focusing the satellite on sub-Saharan Africa, collecting rain footage and vegetation. So last year, they called us, we sat together, and we said, okay, let's do this project. That was 2 years ago. So what we were doing was, anytime we are able to get a farmland, we pull that location's data, historical data, maybe 20 years back, and then be able to put that and say, okay, how is climate change affecting that location? Now, the rainfall that is happening there, is it adequate enough for the crop that is being grown there? Now, the crop that is being grown there, in terms of vegetation index, is it doing well or is it doing bad? So that farmers can be aware what is going to happen to them.
So you're going to anticipate as well.
You must. The data is there. So if you use the data and model it well, what it means is that you can even tell whether the crop you're growing there is suitable for that place or not.
Location. So you can see, are we able to see anything in terms of like mapping systems of such removal? How does the information come to you? How are you able to know?
Okay, so we provide this. We know farmers are not tech savvy people. They don't use smartphones. So most of the message that comes is automated on our servers. It is converted to SMS and voice, and then it is sent out to the farmers. And even the locations we pick. So we're able to provide onset of rain. So this year, has it rained here in Kenya?
Well, it's still the beginning of the year, waiting to see how to go.
Okay, so anytime where you live, you might not be living on your farm. So what we do is, once we know the location of your farm, anytime it rains there, we give you a notification and tell you that it has rained in your land.
Oh, even if you're not even there at all?
You don't need to be there.
And you guys are not there yourselves either?
No.
But you know that it's raining or it's dry at this particular time.
Yes. So
and you sent a message as well.
So the data comes from NASA, and then it is routed to our servers, and then because we have the gateway, we push the messages directly to the farmers. And when it rains, we don't just tell you, oh, it rained 20 millimeters. We tell what that 20 millimeters mean to your crop.
And so what it means in the translation version of what benefits for you.
What it means, so we tell you that for 20 millimeters it's been raining for the past 3 weeks, and this is the amount of rain you've had. And for the crop you're growing, this amount of rain is adequate for it, and based on the vegetation index of that particular location, your crops are doing well.
Wow. No, I don't know if you guys are able to understand the magnitude of how advanced that is. So you don't just it's not a matter of us mentioning that it's going to rain, but you even mention how beneficial it is for that particular crop.
Otherwise, it makes no sense to tell the farmer 20 millimeters rain.
So what?
Really, so what?
So now you know why it's good for you, why it's bad for you.
Exactly. So before even the season ends, you are confident and you know whether you've done well or you have not done well.
So this way you can even tell that a particular location will have drought after a certain period of time, or it's not good for this and this and this crop.
You pick a location, we have 20 years curve.
Entire 20 years feedback of the weather in that location.
Exactly. They've been collecting this data for centuries.
So these guys have been, so this is NASA's data which they've just been collecting, and now we're putting it to works basically.
Exactly. Putting it together, modeling together in a way that smallholder farmers would be able to understand what it means that you use remote sensing technology. They cannot afford drones. Now, the only problem with the information we're providing is because it's satellite and it's in space. At certain times when there's cloud cover, we are not able to pick the data. So some data we pick it every 5 days. Some of them we pick it every 10 days. So
when there's less sunlight, when it's
covered, which happens a lot of times in West Africa where we have a lot of humidity, so there's sometimes there's cloud cover, we are not able to accurately tell the vegetation.
Wow.
But for the rainfall, remotely, because when there's clouds, we cannot see the vegetation.
Yes.
Okay. So sometimes we are not able to get the time space, because when the crops are growing, every 5 days when we pick, so we know we should be able to see the time series.
So we're just slowly elevating.
So sometimes we miss it, but the margins, it's something that you can actually say it's okay. I can live with this, because previously you were not having anything at all.
This has been really amazing. You know, every time you hear agriculture or farming, people tend to think as if it's boring and there's nothing you can do to make it even technological. But this has really shocked me. Basically able to even tell the weather, tell the weather patterns for that area, tell if that location is good for growing a particular crop.
Exactly.
Be able to say, no, 10 years ago, this place was XYZ, so you can't do wheat or maize at this location.
Exactly.
And also give advice to the farmers on when to.
Yeah. And when we tell you that you cannot do a particular crop, then what it means is that you must have alternative source of water.
Yeah.
Either irrigation or whatever have you. But we'll let you know that the amount of rainfall that is coming in that particular region over the last 10 years, over the last 15 years, are greatly reduced.
Yeah.
And the amount coming now is not enough
for what you want to do.
For what you want to do there.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
Maybe for the farmers who are watching at home who would want to perhaps even know how to get in contact with the system since it's starting up in Kenya. Maybe you can just to get this camera right here, the closest one, and then basically communicate to them. Tell them how they can get in touch with you, how, if a farmer wants to join, and even producers as well, and consumers who want to retail.
Okay. So for farmers, I know that they don't have access, majority don't have access to the internet, but they can reach us on a local line,
What's the number?
0708 108 043.
Okay.
Yes, they can reach us on that local number using SMS, WhatsApp, or using
Just
call.
repeat the number one more last time.
0708 108 043.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Is there any website by any chance?
Yes, so you go to mfarms.org.
Sorry?
mfarms.
mfarms.com. Let me just give a spelling. Org.
Yeah.
Okay. So
mfarms.org. Yes,
and we're good to go.
Yeah, good to go. We have agents who are ready to serve, and we're doing it poco a poco. We pick a region.
Poco a poco.
Yes, little by little.
Little by little.
Latin.
Poco by poco. I've learned that. I've learned that today.
So we pick a crop. We study the value chain. We remove the inefficiencies and link them to buyers.
Everybody gets we can get cheaper goods, cheaper veggies, cheaper agricultural products, and even the farmer himself can also get a buck or two.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming and shedding some light on this. This has been absolutely amazing, and I really hope that it blasts in Kenya, because this can be great for everybody. We will be buying our products much more cheaper because the farmer is happier. The farmer is happy, I think, and if we're happy, everybody is happy.
Yes,
all right, guys. But I don't even before we go to the next segment, I want to give a special thanks to City Walker that have souped me up with this lovely wear, bottom to top. Thank you very much, guys, and you guys can also go there and check them out and see some of the stuff they have. Pretty amazing stuff. This is the end for Innovate. We're going to motivate with Mkali after this short break, so see you then.